Top 10 delicious and famous New Zealand special dishes must try once in your life. Hello dear viewers of TM Top Discovery. Dear friends, today TM Journey would take you to a very beautiful country. That's New Zealand. New Zealand is a country surrounded by a vast ocean with a long coastline along with extremely rich primeval forests, so the cuisine here is also extremely diverse with delicious and steaming dishes. This place not only has seafood dishes, but also dishes from lamb or fresh seasonal vegetable. All of these have created an attraction for international dish. Coming to this beautiful country but knowing only beautiful nature, unique architecture, but not knowing anything about the most famous delicious food in New Zealand is indeed a pity. Top 1. Pavola cake. Pavola cake is a traditional cake in New Zealand cuisine, made entirely from egg white with sugar whipped to form a mixture that helps the outer shell of the cake when baked to have a crispy, spongy taste. The inside of the cake is soft, smooth, and white marshmallow layer, then it will be covered with a very attractive layer of cream and fruit. Top 2. Kiwi. Kiwi is present in most of the countries in the world, but the big, round kiwi with the sweetest taste is still kiwi of New Zealand. This fruit has a brown skin covered with fine hairs. The inside is usually green, but in New Zealand, a yellow fleshed kiwi is also grown with a sweet and sour taste that is very attractive and eye-catching. This is a refreshing fruit for the summer or used to make ice cream. Kiwi is considered the most attractive specialty in New Zealand. Top 3. Hangi. Hangi is a unique dish that dates back more than 200 years during the time when New Zealand was still underdeveloped. This dish is unique in the way it is cooked and cooked. The people here will dig a deep hole, then will heat in a stone and drop it into the hole, and will pelt meat, potatoes, sweet potatoes, and any other ingredients they like into a leaf and place it on the rock and cover with soil. Leave it for a few hours with the heat of the stone to cook the food. Although today with the era of economic development, the country is going up, New Zealanders still keep the habit of cooking hangi as a traditional feature of their culture. Top 4. Grilled lamb. Lamb is one of the most popular meat in New Zealand and is also the most exported meat in this country. People use lamb to make a variety of dishes because it is tender and succulent. One of them must be mentioned is the grilled lamb dish with fragrant, delicious rosemary leaf. Eating with fresh vegetable, it is delicious. This dish easily conquers even the most fastidious guests. It is also rated as one of the dishes that should not be missed in New Zealand. Top 5. Anzac biscuit. Anzac biscuit is a special biscuit that was worn during the First World War, a product to relieve hunger for soldiers at that time. But today it has become a well-received cuisine in New Zealand. Ingredients to make this cake include oatmeal, flour, syrup, and grated coconut that are mixed together to form a thick paste, which is then to mold into round cakes that are fragrant, delicious, and hard to resist. Top 6. Bluff oysters. As a country with a coastline stretching to more than 14,000 kilometers, it's not surprising that the cuisine here is always associated with seafood dishes. Bluff oysters are also one of the familiar and delicious seafood of the people here. Bluff oysters usually grow and develop in the Falkland Strait in New Zealand. The fat oysters are processed by talented chefs all over the country into delicious, unique dishes that can only be found in this country. This dish is suitable as a snack for gentlemen. Top 7. Small whitefish. Just like bluff oyster or blue-shell mussels, small whitefish are also proud seafood of New Zealanders. This fish is usually found in the spring and is caught by people with net when they go to find food in school. Small whitefish are often mixed with flour, add a little spice to make it rich, and then deep fried with sauce or very delicious spicy chili sauce. Sipping small whitefish with a glass of wine is also one of the extremely elegant pleasure of New Zealanders. Top 8. Fish and chips. Fish and chips is one of the most perfect combination dishes, and the way to enjoy it is also very special. You don't need a fancy restaurant, expensive chopstick, or just a small chair on the beach. Just a few glasses of beer and can see all the deliciousness that it brings. The fish caught right from the sea, still fresh, will be cleaned, dipped in flour, and then fried in an oil pan until it turns golden yellow. Has a crispy outside, sweet and fatty inside. A slice of sweet potato fries, like fragrance sipping a little more beer to feel delicious. That is also considered as one of the famous delicious specialties in New Zealand. Top 9. Hapuka rolls. Hapuka roll is also a typical dish that you should not miss in New Zealand. This dish, although simple, consists of pandan, garlic jam cream, mint marinated potatoes, and authentic sauce of the land. Netherlands food will give you a very interesting experience when enjoying this dish. Top 10. Chocolate jam cake. As one of the top dessert and luxury restaurants in New Zealand, chocolate jam cake is not only loved by children and women, but also by men. Charming, the dish is made from the chocolate and orange sauce and caramel to create a very special flavor for the dish that no word can describe. Just eating it yourself and experience it. Fully understand what chocolate jam cake brings. In New Zealand, there are not only hot springs, beautiful beaches or glaciers in the cold winter, but also dishes imbued with the tradition culture of the people here. It is not only an ordinary dish to fill in an empty stomach, but also the spirit, the feelings of the chef put into the dish. You have just finished watching the top 10 delicious and famous New Zealand specialties. Must try once in your life, compiled by TM Top Discovery. Which dish are you most impressed with? What foods have you tried? Let TM Top Discovery know what you think, and if you want TM to work on any country cuisine, please leave a comment below. If you find this video interesting, don't forget to encourage TM by liking, following the channel, and clicking the bell icon so you don't miss any interesting videos from TM Top Discovery every day. For now, say goodbye and I'll see you soon tomorrow.